Here we are at Skógafoss, one of the most popular waterfalls in Iceland. It's definitely a popular place. There are more than maybe 500 cars here. I don't know, like everywhere. You cannot find a parking spot by 12 midday. However, the reason for which we are here is not to see the waterfall. We've done that before. Just gonna start a hike from here. Do whatever, not go for the whole 25 kilometers. We just do like 10, whatever. The first part is gorgeous, then the middle is like and then the last part is kind of challenging. So we'll see if we get to the glaciers and then turn around. Here we are at Skógafoss, one of the most popular waterfalls in Iceland. It's definitely a popular place. There are more than maybe 500 cars here. I don't know, like everywhere. You cannot find a parking spot by 12 midday. However, the reason for which we are here is not to see the waterfall. We've done that before. Today we're going to hike the famous trail that starts at the waterfall, Fimm something. Just put the name on this video because I do not know how to pronounce that. And so one popular thing to do, you can do this trip in a very simple point-to-point thing, kind of a hike. You can start here at the waterfall and then walk for like 25 kilometers across the mountains between two glaciers and then reach a mountain town that can only be reached by like four-wheel drive or specialized like big trucks and stuff. So obviously if you park here you cannot get there with your car, or you have to have somebody to pick you up. So a lot of tour companies and bus companies offer you rides from there back to this parking here, but they're like 40 plus euros per person. So what we're gonna do today, since I did not book such a bus, somebody's saying that I'm a cheap hiker. I am not. I decided that this hike should be an enjoyable experience because I wanted to be part of a holiday, not just work and spending money. Yeah, spending money is not enjoyable, and why should you pay for enjoying nature? So that's why we're just gonna start a hike from here. Do whatever, not go for the whole 25 kilometers. We just do like 10, whatever. The first part is gorgeous, then the middle is like and then the last part is kind of challenging. So we'll see if we get to the glaciers and then turn around. So that's like, I plan on around 20 kilometers round trip coming back here, but I don't know, it really depends on the weather. Some people say that it's a great hike given that the weather is like sunny as it's right now. It's not really windy, just a bit of wind. It's perfect. It's sunny. The temperature is like 15 degrees. It's like perfect. This is 6th of July. You're not gonna get this very often in Iceland, so I get why all these people are here today. So given all of that, this is our plan, and I'll just show you around, and you know, you do you. This is what we are going to do. So this is how the trail hopefully starts, because we have not checked this. They built this nice steered path to make it easier to climb the mountain. Other than that, I don't think it's much steeper. After short but challenging walk up the cliff, you'll get to see the waterfall from above. It's quite nice. A bit of refreshing mist coming when the wind blows this way. And from here you can see the hike is starting, and there are quite a few people there, so I think right now, even though it's a bit late. So, yeah, camera, water all over my camera. It feels like rainy, but is it raining or is it just the waterfall? It's just a waterfall. Okay, but it feels like it's raining. So it really depends on the direction of the wind. However, it changes, and today I specifically picked this day for this hike. We should not have a lot of wind, if any. Although I was expecting a bit more sun, so I'm not sure what's happening with this cloud because it's not moving. My companion for today.
And it's for
So, 2 hours into our hike, I felt the need to put my windbreaker and my winter hat, but we have the first view of the glacier right over there. So 2 hours in a very relaxed hiking mode, you will see the first glacier. So yeah, I think this proves the point. You can do it. We can classify this as a short half-day hike, whatever, depends on where you're staying. But if you want, you can continue. Although it feels a bit windy and there's a bit of a cloud above us, combined with the wind that's blowing from one of the glaciers, it's feeling a bit colder. So for sure, once you reach the path between the two glaciers, it will feel colder. But till now, Edward was in his t-shirt. We just stopped now for him to put his jacket on, just to not catch cold, and for me to put my winter hat on, just to be safe. But yeah.
You know what you're avoiding on a trip like this? So,
Yeah.
What? You know what you're avoiding on a trip like this?
What?
Not just the heat, but the earthquakes. You know what they have down there?
What?
Things that can fall on your head.
Uh-huh.
Which is not what they have here, because it's pretty flat once you get to the top. So on a day where they expect a lot of earthquakes, we are here and probably safe. I hope these aren't famous last words.
Famous last words. Yeah, so they said that an eruption is imminent given the many earthquakes that happened in the past couple of days. So it's not recommended to hike in places where things like rocks can fall on your head. But most of this trail is on like a plain. Ooh. Is that a raven? Yes, it is. Or something. So here you can safely hike. Yay! Shall we continue?
Yeah, I'm just impressed with the ravens.
still in fog and rain now. Wasn't it miasta? So we're walking on the bridge. The bridge point has been achieved. This is some sort of panel here. Okay. Hike trails over Fimmvörðuháls. I think we're in the middle. To the left, we have glacier. To the right, over there, another glacier. Blue line is the main hiking pole line that we've been following. The highest point of this trail, 100-meter altitude. At such altitude, weather can change suddenly, as it does. We have accommodation in this thing. So yeah, I think this is where we are right now. So basically we have walked half of it, maybe a bit less. Start here. This was the most challenging part, to get up there. However, to come down, especially if it starts raining, it's kind of slippery, so definitely bring your hiking sticks. Other than that, then it becomes really flat. Made it back to the car and I'm a bit exhausted. So not sunny as I expected, but this is what it is. At least it's not raining anymore. It started raining by the time we got to the bridge, which is 7.5 kilometers that way after you pass the stairs, which actually are a huge help. Like these stairs, very helpful. I cannot imagine starting this hike having to climb this, like, no. So basically we went up to the bridge and back. That's 15 kilometers in total, and we started at 1 and we got here at 8. Now it's 8. Beautiful, so that's serene. It's 7 hours, but on the way there we stopped for plenty of pictures and a couple of snacks. On the way back we only
look to the left, there's a kid.
Yeah. On the way back, we only stopped for 1 snack and a couple of pictures, so we moved a bit faster. Anyway, the hike should be called, this first part should be called Waterfall Lane or something, because if you're into waterfalls, then definitely try this. And it's not hard, it's like almost, it's walkable, yeah. Okay, so my battery died in front of the waterfall. We are now driving back to Reykjavik. I have a wonderful driver. After years of driving Eddie around Europe, he's now driving me, and it's just awesome. So, to all those of you who have a partner that does not drive yet, there is still hope. So, the hike. The hike, as I was saying, should be called the Trail of the Waterfalls. I lost count, actually never counted them. There are a bunch of them, really beautiful, amazing, but how many waterfalls can you admire in a day? After the first 3 or 4, I was like, okay, so another waterfall. So nothing is happening except from some waterfalls. After about 2 hours, we reached a point from which we could see the glacier, which was actually really cool, a really cool spot for pictures. And then we walked some more, and after 1.5 hours, we reached another waterfall, which was actually impressive, but it was a lot of walking, so I don't know. And then we climbed a bit on top of the mountain, which are kind of flat at the top. There's no peak, so this is a very Icelandic thing. There is no peak to most of the highlands, it's just flat. So we reached that, and from there it was just stone, and there was this sign saying that, hey, you're here, so you can continue walking to walk between the glaciers. It was not a lot to see, and I read online there's not a lot to see for like 2-3 hours walking through that, and but it's flat, so that's good. But it's still walking on stones, which is not my favorite, because right now my feet are hurting a lot of stones involved in this trail. And it started raining, so that's why we decided that 7.5 kilometers into the hike was enough, and then we got back the same way. Basically, we did 15 kilometers round trip instead of doing the 25 kilometers from point to point, and then having to pay a bus company to bring us back here in the parking lot, which would have taken us, I don't know, 1.5 hours just from the end of the hike to get back here with the bus, so forever. And also about 45 euros, or maybe 40 something, a lot per person. I consider that, as I said at the beginning, it should be a fun activity and, leisure activity, and we should do it for fun, and we'll just see. Depends on the weather, depends on your mood. Maybe you start feeling not so great in the middle of the hike or whatever, then, don't do awesome things, and then when they turn bad, just continue doing it. I see no point in doing that. So if you're not feeling it, then don't do it. I think this is going to be my motto from now on, is explore beyond the beaten path, but also don't beat yourself too much about doing stuff. Don't transform your holiday into a checklist that you want to tick all the time, because some people do that. I feel that tourism has transformed itself into some sort of sport, and while that might work for some people and they do it and they still enjoy it, I feel like a lot of people do not enjoy it, and it's okay. It's definitely okay. You should only do things that make you feel good and give you energy or whatever, leave you, feeling great with good energy. So if that's not doing that for you, that's like a particular activity, then yeah. Okay, rant over. So the hike was nice. However, I read on some forums that it's the best hike some people have ever done in their lives. The best hike they've done in Iceland and whatever. I'm not convinced. It was a very nice hike. It's medium. Actually, easy to medium. Depends a lot on the weather. So if the weather is good, then it's going to be rather easy hike. Depends on your fitness condition, you know, everything. I do recommend getting walking sticks, hiking sticks. It will help you a lot, especially when it gets a bit steeper. Or if you have bad knees like I have, then it will help you. And yeah. If you don't have a hiker partner, driver, lover, do get one, because quality of life is greatly improved. I did good. Okay, I hope this was helpful. If not, you know, whatever. Sorry for wasting your time. See you next time. Bye bye.